Hey everybody, welcome back to Viridian County. I am Red Kool-Aid. On our last episode, we revamped our entire college campus. It was super trash, but now it is fire. Old and busted, new hotness. So this episode, we're going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to build a micro community. And this is the first of a few that I'm going to build. Instead of trying to pack in, more high density stuff and really close compact stuff, I'm going to build a vineyard. And I've seen a few other vineyard build videos. I haven't seen anybody use the walled vineyard assets with the tiers. Like it's on the Asset Workshop. It's like Ronix, I think. But I've never seen anybody use them. Like I searched through YouTube and made sure I wasn't just straight biting somebody's style, but I didn't see anybody use these. So that's the way we're gonna build our vineyard. You can see here I'm laying out the first one. I sandboxed this part of the build a few times to make sure I could get this part looking as good as I wanted it to look, and that's actually why this episode is so late, because I couldn't settle on an idea, and once I actually settled on it, just making it look good and look like something worth putting out took me a second. So you can see here I'm using the node controller to make sure that the little tiers of the vineyard, this part of the vineyard, are all kind of symmetrical. I wanted to this part of it, I wanted to all have like a balance to it. But the rest of it's going to be a lot of free flowing roads, a lot of organic road layout. I'm only going to do 3 of these little walled vineyard areas. Also, they're going to be functional. And a part of this episode was that there's a farm that I built just outside of Holloway, right across the highway, that excuse me, my bad, my throat's getting a little Luther Vandross right there. But right outside the highway, there's a little farm that I built to kind of give us some farm goods, some agricultural goods, and I built that like in one of the first episodes. So I'm gonna be over time deconstructing that, because it was always temporary, and this will take the place of that. Right now you can see me laying some paths out, and I just wanted to have like a layout, just like some framing. I want it to look like it's kind of framed up. You see, I'm gonna have to fix that right there. That doesn't look good. But I'm gonna circle these around, and I'm gonna delete like every other one, so it has a really like swirly whirly sort of layout. It'll look dope. I know it looks a little weird right now, but once I get done and everything is level and it's laid out on the hills like it needs to be. That's one thing I really wanted to have in this build. I looked up some stuff online. Y'all know I really usually don't do that, but I did look up a place that's in France or somewhere, and they didn't have this. They had the big rolling fields of grapes. So I wanted to use a mix of that with the rolling hills with the tiered vineyards, just to make it unique. Make it Viridian County, everything custom. Y'all know how we do. So we're gonna keep laying out the vanilla paths in that spiral kind of pattern, just making sure everything is as lined up as we can get it. I don't want it to look jinky from a bird's eye view, and I definitely don't want to have to rebuild it later. So I'm gonna do one more section. I think we'll have to speed some of this up, because laying out the road network is gonna be a lot easier. This isn't gonna be a long episode. The detailing isn't gonna be a lot. It's gonna be short and to the point, and that's kind of the point of the episode. Let's do it. So as you can see from the wide shot, it's not even like a main highway exit or any of that. That's like a little country lane that's been running back there the whole episode. I don't even think it goes anywhere. I I think I might have connected it up, but it's just something small. This is not going to be a busy community. You can see my small organic layout. The 3 farm assets that we're going to add are going to be where the vineyards are. And in this little centerpiece right here, I'm just going to put like a little cabin and detail it up, make it look nice.
Today's City Mix is brought to you by the one and only Pop Soda. Get your fizzle for shizzle, you heard?
That just gives me like a little feel for the community and how it'll look eventually, so we can just leave that there for now. Each one of the little farms will have a corresponding farmhouse, so we need to kind of build a little area for that just to make it so the truck doesn't look like it's just driving out of the abyss. Also, I'm gonna put one of the vanilla farming assets that create the agricultural goods. Again, this is the little farm I was telling y'all about right here. It never had a name, it was never nothing. So we're gonna, over time, we're gonna be deleting this stuff. It was always temporary. I have a farm bill coming for y'all. Do trust. It's like 3 episodes. But right now we're just gonna be using part of this to eliminate some of that. As you can see right there, I just put down a blank invisible field asset, and that's where the truck will spawn out of. So we're just gonna have to use our imagination. I wish I had some little farmers walking back and forth on the path, you know, with the pitchforks and the hee-haw clothes on, but we ain't got that right now. So we're just gonna have to make use our imagination. We're gonna slide this road just a little bit, and we didn't need that much space. My spatial reasoning on this game is terrible, and that was another reason I wanted to do one of these micro communities, and it took a while because when I started, it was way too big and it was sprawling, and I'm like, yo, that's not the vibe. The vibe is stuff like this, using these little village houses. And I know there's people out there screaming like, yo, this is like based on America. Y'all don't have them villages. True indeed, we don't really have these little houses. If you want to know the truth about it, this community is sort of an homage to my time living in England. The girl I was dating, her parents lived in this place called Melksham. It's in Wiltshire County, and it looked kind of like this. It was these rolling hills, houses kind of spaced apart, and it was really different from me because all I knew of England up to that point was North London. I hadn't left North London. That's where I actually started doing the job that I do now for a living. And this place was like a complete contrast. It was like being on the Shire. So, you know, the houses that I picked, first I started with like that Antiqua. I don't know how you pronounce that asset. I started with those. Then I had some French joints. And then I just ended up selling on these village joints because I could space them out and detail them up and they would look nice. But right now I'm just doing some very light detailing on these farmhouses. And this isn't even a farmhouse. I decided to make one of the vineyards like a church, and maybe it's like some monks that be making that wine, and it's you know, it's baller, it's fancy. You gonna pay for this. The parking lot road never worked out. You see this like a little weird indention right there. I don't like that, so I ended up just using a parking lot asset. See, look at this. Look at it right there. That don't look right. I love these country roads too, but that ain't hitting on nothing. So we're gonna use one of our just regular parking lot assets just to give, not the monks, they not driving nowhere, but people that come buy that wine, they might be coming to praise the Lord Jesus. You know, I don't know what they do at those little abbeys. Again, I've never been. The most I did when I was at my girl's house, I remember they used to take us to these little places, like it'd be like kind of far, like an hour away or something, and we would go for like a walk, and they would take us to a place that looked just like that little pub I dropped, and we would get like a roast or some kind of sandwich or something, and you would be eating it by a fire, and it was like, I felt like, I don't know, like I was in Braveheart or something, man. It was dope. It was good times. So we're gonna lay down some of this and balance out. I'm using some of the terraforming networks to kind of make these areas flat. I am gonna have a lot of, you know, hills and porches and things like that, but I wanted this kind of city center to be sort of flat, sort of how I remember that city center being. I remember they had a really big Tesco, and they had 2 black people. I saw 2 black people in 5 years. It was crazy. I'm not even making that up. It was like seeing a ghost. But I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the rest of the houses. It's not gonna be a long process, trust me. You guys hang out. This is Viridian County.
They finally recognizing my talents, y'all.
98.5 City Sound.
This the sounds of the city with DJ Rucko.
And that's actually it for the houses in the area. I may add 1 or 2 over time, but that's pretty much it. Again, this is not going to be a busy, sprawling community. I didn't build a train station. I didn't do the things I normally do, and that was the point, man. I wanted to do something different. I was overthinking things and making stuff too complicated to where I just couldn't execute something. So here you can see some execution. I'm laying out these vineyards, and they actually slope with the land, so I could fill out and make the vineyards look a lot bigger. I hope y'all didn't think I was just gonna leave them butt naked like that, like they looked in the. Come on, y'all, play me better. We're gonna detail all this up. So right now I'm just laying out some of the little sections of the vines. Let's just in our imagination, these are younger, or they're a different kind, or they're less baller. I guess if you get the ones that grow on the hill, maybe they cost a little bit more or something. They get more lighter. I don't know how wine works. I don't know how any of this works. I'm just building something that I know is going to look crazy, not cause a ridiculous amount of traffic, be functional, and look crazy in the screenshots for the Instagram. Follow me right now at Red Kool-Aid. No underscores, no spaces. We don't got no #1, the real. It's just Red Kool-Aid. Just hit me up. Just add the 3 though. That is the thing. You got to put the 3 every time. So I'm just taking a moment to kind of make a little. This isn't functional at all. It just looks pretty. Make some pathing that goes back here. Use the surface painter to just kind of make some pathways of. This is how the farmers, the growers, the whoever's get the product from the vineyards up to the main little house. This is a small place. They're not making a lot of wine. I guess it's just going for the high. That's how you do. You don't gotta sell a lot if you just sell it for the high. So we're gonna use some of these rusty looking worn farm fences, and I'm gonna carve out a little area because I did download and I'm sure you've all seen the Skylines winery trucks. I was thinking about, making something custom, but I'm like, yo, it's all good, man. It's already custom. It's dope enough. I don't need to do all that on this episode. So we're just gonna use some of these assets, and I downloaded a lot of little different old school looking farm trucks that are gonna kind of move the little bit of raw products in and out and move them around. I didn't want to have any vanilla stuff or anything that looked kind of out of place. Everything is kind of old school in this community. Right now I'm still just going through my props, looking for anything that has kind of a worn farm, let me surface paint that, warm farm kind of feel to it. Put some of these pallets behind this little outside building. A couple of these tanks, nothing too major. I'ma nail some of this down. You guys listen to the music, I'll be back. Now that I have all the trees and bushes and vegetation in it, definitely starts to look a lot better to me. I'm gonna use PO on this truck. I'm gonna use procedural objects for the lay people out there to tilt this truck on this incline a little bit, just to make it look a little more realistic. Kind of tilt it just a bit to the, there we go. And yeah, like I said, just make it look better in the screenshots, man. It was bothering me. And then I'm going to use my favorite mod, which is transfer controller, to make sure that I'm not exporting anything. And then I'm going to use the vehicle selector mod to make sure that all of the trucks coming out of these assets are the ones that we downloaded. The farm trucks, the Skylines winery trucks. And I know it might not be realistic. I apologize. I've never been to a vineyard. I have heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah, man, me and my girl going out to the Lewis Vineyards for the weekend. Y'all know wine and cheese and a ball of conversation. You know, follow my IG for them pics. You know we going all the way capped out. It's 98.5 City Sounds, baby.
just begun.
Can't see it, damn thing, can't see it, damn thing, yeah. They like Stevie, they can't see me, they won't beat me, I'm in that game, wanna feed you, it ain't me, she won't please me, she me, boy, me.
Like I said, guys, not really that intense of an episode. Not a lot of sprawl. Look at our little Skylines winery truck. That's the first one leaving. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Go ahead and move them grapes out, bro. Let me check my little West Side fish. They never have fish. There's so much ridiculousness going on. I have so many fish, yet these people complain every day. But anyway, you can see our citizens starting to move in. Got a nice little trail of people. It's not a lot going on. Once these people get moved in, the traffic should be pretty chill. See our Viridian rapid delivery trucks are all over the place. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like I said, not a lot going on. It's a micro community. The next episode, we're going to jump back to the main part of the city. Episode after that, we're back to micro communities. Oh, let me bend this right. That don't look right. I had to move some of these trees back. I forgot that you couldn't have trees really close to your farm assets, or they don't function, or they're super reduced. Like, come on, I need some grapes coming up out of there, bro. We got money to make. You can't be doing me like that. So you can see, I just remember where I put them. That's the only way I know. I know I put them by what could be perceived as an exit. I need to. Oh, is that a little farm truck leaving? Hey, there you go, bruh. I think that one might be from one of these trucks is from Grand Theft. Let's roll with my man right fast. We can get a little view. You see, we riding past a little inn or something. Some ballers live there. Gonna hit the curve. A little non-functioning open-sided barn. Oh, we're gonna ride past a little marble, little walled-up fence joint, little stone fence joint. I'm really liking that. As Captain Obvious says on his YouTube channel, we don't build roads, we build a journey. We don't make roads, we make a journey. I'm paraphrasing, but whatever you said, man, it's fire. Y'all know how we doing, man. I am feeling this. I'm really happy with how this came out. The cinematics from this episode are next, but it's not really that long, and that's okay. Who says there has to be a time limit or whatever, man? Just drop them. Drop my matics. That's it, guys. This is episode 15. You guys come back for the next one. It's not gonna be a long time like this one was. Trust me, I already shot it. Like, subscribe, comment, follow me on IG. I go crazy on the IG. The story goes crazy. Come back. Shouldn't be that long. This is Viridian County. I'm Kool-Aid. Peace.